So, welcome back all to another interview here with Discover Dunwoody. We are always looking for wonderful celebrities in the Dunwoody or Sandy Springs area to meet and introduce you guys to them. I am Mark Galvin, the Director of Marketing for Discover Dunwoody. We enjoy bringing these folks to you, and we're always looking for new people that we can talk with. Let me introduce you today to our fantastic guest. We have Vicky Ro, who is here with Access Atlanta. Vicky, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Such a beautiful introduction.
Well, absolutely. Well, I haven't even told anybody who you are yet. Well, and although probably a lot of you already know. So,
you said celebrity somewhere in there, so I feel like that was the introduction.
That is, absolutely. You are such a celebrity because you are the entertainment reporter for Access Atlanta.
Yes,
which means you meet some pretty cool people.
You know, I really do. I get to sit down here with you.
Well, there's that.
I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I get to meet a lot of different people, interview a lot of different people. And it's crazy because people that, you know, you might have grown up listening to or watching on TV, and now I'm talking to them. Like, is this real life?
That is so cool. Well, before we get to all the great people she's talked to, because we're going to tee some of that up, let's talk about where you've been. So you grew up in New York. Did you grow up in New York? You were born in New York?
Born and raised in New York until about 7th grade. 7th grade, I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. My dad's job actually relocated.
Got it.
So at the time, it was like heartbreaking, like, oh my God, I can't leave New York. But
sure, that's a big difference, Charlotte and New York.
When I tell you, it was a complete culture shock,
yep.
like complete culture shock. And now that I look back at it, my sister moved when she was going into her senior year in high school. So for her, it was a lot worse. Yeah. And now I think back, like, oh, I feel bad for her. I was in middle school, so it was like, But still a big adjustment from there. You know, Charlotte was great. A lot of family there. And friends there that I met that I'm still best friends with today.
Good.
So that was exciting. Then, you know, work kind of took me all over the place.
Yeah. So, but hold on, before you go to work.
Yeah.
Where did you go to college? You went up in the mountains.
Yes, I went to Appalachian State, the best college there ever was, is, and will be.
So here's what's fun about this. Vicky actually went and took the goalpost. Wait a minute. You said you didn't do that yourself. She was there. You were there when the goalpost was delivered to the Chancellor's
doorstep. Chancellor
Peacock. My goodness.
Love him.
This was what happened that night. Well, there was a reason.
Michigan. Appalachian State beat Michigan, made it to the cover of Sports Illustrated. It was a whole thing. And
so awesome.
I mean, of course, you know, we all had to go celebrate. And although the students who did, not me, probably shouldn't have torn down the goalpost. The Chancellor Peacock still came out and celebrated with us, partied, listened to music, gave an amazing, motivating speech. So it was amazing.
That is so cool, and such a good experience, and what you really want to go through in college. So
absolutely.
That's just so cool.
Especially when you love football. That's such a football school. Like, it was amazing. In addition to everything else, like the education that I got, which I didn't realize until afterwards, like a couple of my friends who went to school for the same thing didn't have a lot of the programs and a lot of the things that I learned at Appalachian State, which really put me at an advantage. So, I mean, just the schooling, the football, you can't get any better than that.
That is good stuff. And it is beautiful up there. Snows a little bit.
A little bit, but it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And when the leaves change, I mean, we could talk about App State all day.
I really could. And my wife went to App State, so I do appreciate App State. So you've done some really cool things. You worked on the Rachael Ray show as an intern.
Yes.
How do you get an internship with Rachael Ray? Did you pick up the phone and call?
Yeah, I did. And she's like, come on, girl. No. So, of course, you know, after college, you're scouring the internet trying to figure out what that next move is.
Yeah.
And so I happened to come across a posting that was for a Rachael Ray intern, and at the time I was in Charlotte, but of course...
Wait. Where did you come across that? Was it like in the...
Honestly,
on Facebook?
No, it was probably, you know, honestly, it wasn't a traditional, like, Indeed. I think it was more so of like one of those entertainment job posting sites.
Oh, okay. All right.
I wish I could remember on what site it was, but honestly, if you go to their website, I'm sure they have it there, but I don't think I ever thought to, let me just go check Rachael Ray's website.
Well, but even then the other question is why Rachael Ray, right? You landed on that. What were you specifically looking for Rachael Ray?
No, honestly, I was just looking for something that was kind of like in that entertainment space type thing.
Okay.
And also, I had just wasn't too many years removed from New York, so of course my dad's side of the family's still there, and I'm like, I know I have somewhere to stay.
So the
If I
show
go
is
back,
they film that in New York
they
or
film it in New
tape
York.
it in New York? Okay.
Yep, and so.
How many shows they do a day?
Oh gosh, I want to say at least 3. I think maybe
3 a day. Oh, that's exhausting.
It's exhausting. And then in between takes, she's like doing commercials and recording commercials, and it's a lot.
So she's not in the studio every day then. So
No,
she'll do
she-
3 shows a day and then maybe take a day off.
I
they
don't
like
know
back to
exactly
back?
what her schedule is, and I don't want to be sued, so I don't know.
There is all that, right? You probably did have to sign an NDA just to be on the
Like,
set.
I have no idea. But it was cool because she also shared space with the Wendy Williams show at the time.
Okay.
They were like a floor above each other. And so I got to see Wendy Williams and some of her guests that she had come on. So
That is really awesome.
that was a
So
really fun experience.
what I love about this is those of you that are young, that are thinking you want to get into the entertainment industry, checking out the intern opportunities can get you, well, more opportunities,
I'm
which
telling you.
the next one was you did some American Idol work.
Yes, so once I came back to Charlotte, American Idol was doing some tapings there, so I was a production assistant for American Idol, which entails literally everything. Like if you're in the entertainment space, you know a PA
Yeah,
job is
yeah.
like, yeah, you're doing everything.
Do it all.
And so, I mean, that was such a cool experience because I am semi-Ryan Seacrest obsessed.
Oh,
and so I got
wow.
to see him drive by on a golf cart, which was the highlight of my life.
That was it. Wow! So even though you were on, working it, you didn't really get to rub elbows with him though.
No, not really, and which was fine. I mean, I got to see him from a distance. and
Okay. All right.
Ladies, yes.
cool.
But yeah, that was fun, except for one part
Uh-oh.
of that experience.
Yeah, what's that?
They gave me the responsibility of cutting off wristbands for the people who got the nose after their audition.
So wait a minute. So somebody auditions
Yes.
and they're walking out. They don't know if they made the cut or not.
No, well, they at least did tell them no, they weren't going to make it.
Oh,
But it was
okay.
just still so depressing because it's like you're cutting their dreams away. And I'm
So wait a
like,
minute, you had to have the wristband just to hang around?
yeah, like if they were in there, they had to have a wristband on, and once that audition process was over, you kept the wristband if you go on to the next part of it. But
Oh.
then I'm at the door like, can I see your wrist?
You got the scissors. Chop,
And
chop.
I'm so sad because I hated doing that to people.
Oh my
but
goodness. Some of the people needed to be, they were like horrible, right? That happens.
I feel like everybody has their own unique gifts.
Okay. I guess that's
There's
true,
that.
but maybe their unique gift is not singing.
There you have it.
Okay, good. We can agree with that. Yeah, those wristbands, they need to go. They need to end up, they need to be a juggler.
Yeah, well, there's that.
There we go.
Cirque du Soleil.
Or, they need to go to America's Got Talent, not sing, and do something else. Juggle.
See, put this
We-
man in front of the
We
president.
can help them. I love America's Got Talent. So I can, go over there. That'd be good. All right, let's push on. You were a TV news reporter. You were also a radio host, and then
Yes.
all that fun stuff. And then you ended up coming to Atlanta
Yes.
and working for Access Atlanta.
Yes.
In case for those folks that don't really know, what is Access Atlanta?
In short, Access Atlanta pretty much is the go-to for everything to do and entertainment in Atlanta. And obviously in Atlanta, there's a lot to do.
There's a lot,
There's
yeah.
literally always something popping up as far as events and entertainment.
Yep.
So we try to cover every single thing. Which,
Oh my gosh, really? Like,
Which, you can
come
imagine.
on, every single thing.
Okay, we may not get to every single thing, but we try to.
So how do you find out what the heck's going on in the city, right?
It's a
That
mixture.
Can't be easy.
No, it's not. It's a mixture of things. It's a mixture of people reaching out to us. It's a
Okay.
mixture of, just the connections that the team and I have made, because we're a really small team and we're just a year in. But we've done some really amazing things. I'm super proud of our team. Ron, who's our social media manager. There's Catherine, who's our lead editor, and Avery, who's our Things to Do reporter.
good.
And we literally have just done so much in such a short period of time, and it's been very exhilarating.
Well, and it's been successful because you guys have 93,822 followers on Instagram.
Yes, we
I added
do.
the 22, by the way. I only have 93,800 here. And then on Facebook, you guys have 200,000. So why don't you have 100,000 followers on Instagram?
I don't know. Why don't we have 100,000 followers on Instagram? But that is
So that's kind of a
goal.
thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a goal. I think, of course, the goal is always to grow and to get
Sure.
more people to know about the brand and brand awareness. So yeah, please make sure you
Well, so 93,000. Oh, I know you want to get to 100.
yeah,
That's impressive.
it is.
It really is. I mean, you guys should definitely pat each other on the back.
Yeah.
I totally get wanting to get to 100,000. The success that you're experiencing means that you're supplying a good product. And that is where all that hard work comes into play, which is why we wanted to talk to you, because we met you through Access Atlanta and saw how cool you were. And we really needed to raise the bar here in Discover Dunwoody. So we so love having you here. All right, let's get into interviews.
Okay,
You have told me that you've interviewed some pretty cool people.
I have.
Name a couple of those cool folks.
Of course, one that comes to the top of the list that was kind of recent was Michael B. Jordan with the Creed 3. Before that came out, they were here in Atlanta. They did a screening, and they did a couple of other things with some of the HBCUs. And just getting to sit down with a talent like Michael B.
He's
Jordan
awesome.
in itself, I mean, it was amazing because he was just so like personable, so cool, and you just think like, you know, you never know what you're going to get when you walk into these interviews with celebrities.
Absolutely.
You
Well,
never know.
let's be honest. We've heard a lot of horror stories about some of these
Exactly.
celebrities. They're so caught up on themselves.
Diva-like.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
being in the hospitality business and doing some other things, I've got to meet a lot of famous people, and not all of them were nice.
Yeah,
So
there
that
are
is
some
a big
stories
deal.
on that side. But,
Sure, right.
But no, yeah, he was, I mean, it was so crazy because walking in, I was extremely nervous.
That's awesome. though.
Extremely nervous. And
Yeah.
because I'm like, this is a star of huge magnitude.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you come across right because then they'll be like, yeah, make sure we never interview with that girl again.
Right. Well, and that's really important.
Yes.
Because, and it's not just you that is that they're focused on. It is, and honestly, the audience could be potentially future employers for you. So you've got to make sure you come across well.
Yeah, I mean, and then bigger than that too, it's your personal brand. You know, like how do you want people to remember you?
Yeah,
You want them to remember you as the girl who was asking the messy questions or who wasn't prepared, or do you want them to remember you as the girl who knew her stuff and was
Right.
good to talk to?
Well, and you said you were very nervous,
Extremely.
and I did watch the interview. You did very well.
Oh,
You
thank
did
you.
not look nervous, and this is important though, right? And that shows your professionalism.
Oh yeah.
Because even when you're nervous, if you can still perform, that's really great. It's sort of like, well, you like sports. It's like
Yeah.
baseball. How can somebody get up in front of thousands of people and hit a ball coming across the plate going 100 miles an hour? That's talent.
It's extreme talent.
Because you know they're nervous.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I mean, I didn't even shake the man's hand. Like I literally walked in the room, sat down because I knew they were like, you know, he had a couple of interviews to get through, so I'm like trying to hurry up, do mine so I can leave.
You were a bit of a process, right? Part of that.
And
Yeah.
he like got up, came and shook my hand, and I'm like,
He
still-
wanted you to feel comfortable
Still
too.
haven't washed this hand to this day.
So Michael B. Jordan did
Yeah.
Creed. There are some other movies he did, and I'm not going to remember all the titles, but I've seen him in a few movies,
Yeah.
and he's good. He's
Yes.
not. He's not just someone. He's not just a pretty face. Although he's a good-looking guy, he does really well. He's a very good actor.
Yeah.
So I always like to try to catch movies that he's in.
Yeah.
All right, who else? Let's give one more.
Yeah, I also recently interviewed George Foreman.
George Foreman.
Yes, the
Did he
boxer.
cook?
No,
He wasn't
didn't.
cooking?
I thought about bringing a grill to the interview. I did, but I didn't want to be that person.
I just think that's brilliant that he does the George Foreman grill. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
side hustle for him. It's awesome.
Oh my goodness! I mean, we still have the original grill in my parents' house to this day. It's
great.
but he was the sweetest man to talk to, like literally sweetest. And I said this before, like I don't know if you should say that about a former boxer because they're supposed to be tough, but he was so kind, and the movie was actually really good that told his story.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I was interviewing him about, which a lot of stuff I didn't know about him and how hard he had it growing up and turned into this Olympic gold medalist. Like
That's so
it's
cool.
insane.
That is really cool. So I always think about things like this when I interview folks to hear about opportunities for young people.
Yeah.
And so this is, I think, a success story, right? You're in the middle of your career, if not the beginning of it. And the things that you've been able to do are impressive. So you should be very proud of all that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's
And
just
I
very cool.
appreciate that because I think a lot of the time too, you're moving so fast. You're like, okay, what's the next thing I got to do? What's the next? That was great, but now what's on the
Yeah.
next? And you're
All that's important.
trying to build.
Yeah.
But I appreciate people like you who like take a second to tell me, and it's like, Man, I have done a lot.
You have, and hey, listen, understanding what it takes to interview folks, to sit down with them, with all the lights and all the other things, all those distractions, not everybody can succeed.
Oh yeah,
So,
because a
well
lot of
done.
the times with these press junkets and stuff that we do with some of these interviews, there's somebody literally on the side like giving you a countdown like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and then going like this. And if you don't wrap it up fast enough, they'll start doing it even bigger and bigger. And you're like, I see you, but I'm in the middle of a question.
Yeah, right.
So it's a lot that goes on behind the scenes.
I just
for
think
sure.
that that's really cool. And so there's a person over there behind us saying, one,
Wait,
two. No, I'm just
where?
kidding.
No, I'm just kidding.
We probably need that here at Discover Dunwoody. So you are, you do a lot of the work with Access Atlanta where you go on site, you're at these restaurants, you're at the bars. I see you drinking a lot and I see you eating a lot. How do you?
It sounds so bad when you say it like that.
Well, let me rephrase that. Hold on, give me a second. On the fly. You are out enjoying the destination with great food and drink,
Yes,
right?
experiencing it for the audience.
All the
Somebody
time,
has to try
right?
it first.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to try it. If I'm going to think that you know what you're talking about, I need to see you enjoying it, right?
There you have
Is that better?
That's perfect.
Okay. So when you do that, how do you stay fit? How do you not?
You
Get
know,
large.
I am currently on the hunt for a personal trainer, so I think
We'll
that
give you
answers
her
that.
contact information at the end so you can hit her personally.
Please, listen, feel free to DM me because it does get a lot because you're out trying these things, or sometimes in between interviews, you're like running to the quickest thing that you can grab, and running definitely helps.
Oh, you're a runner.
Yeah, no, I love
Okay,
to run.
good.
It's been a little minute because life has been a little hectic, so I haven't been as consistent as I used
see
to
that.
be, but that kind of helps. Other than that, I'm usually a lot more active, but I just haven't been lately.
Well,
but
it's
a
gonna
trainer,
catch up.
listen, a trainer is where I succeed because I know a lot of people can work out on their own, or if you have a gym at your place, it's easy for you. But I need somebody, I need to pay to know, one, oh, I paid for this. I need to actually do it.
Or a
And to have
workout buddy.
somebody.
Even a workout buddy.
I've tried that too, and
Doesn't work?
no.
You need more of a commitment.
I need
Okay.
more of a commitment. I think that's what it is. So
All
I
right.
can-
Well, if anybody wants to help her with that commitment, we'll make sure
gonna
you
get
can track her down. But it is you do. And here's the challenge: if you're going out and you're experiencing a destination and you're trying a bunch of food, I don't know of a restaurant that doesn't serve a main dish that's 1,000 calories, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're evidently not eating all those,
Well,
full. Well, unless it's really good.
Well, and I think what helps is I'm a pescatarian.
Okay, which means you only eat fish.
I only eat fish, but it's also
Will you eat a lobster?
No, see, this is the weird combination part of it. So I'm a pescatarian, but I'm allergic to shellfish.
Wait a minute, wait. How did you?
Okay, I know.
Let me put
I
that
know.
together. So you only eat fish. Well, a lobster's not a fish. It's actually a big seafaring
But
roach.
it's in a shell. So basically, I can eat fish, and I just can't eat the good stuff. Like when it comes to seafood, I just can't eat the good stuff.
So that includes shrimp.
Crab, lobster. But the crazy part is I wasn't allergic until I was 12 years old. And then the allergy came out of nowhere, and shrimp was my favorite food.
Wow.
And so it's very
because
depressing.
you ate too much shrimp. That's why.
probably what it is. It's very depressing. When I
That's
got
too
the
bad.
news, I probably wore black for the 3 weeks. It was a whole thing because I just couldn't believe it. But I get tested every so often because I had an aunt who had the same thing happen to her, and she grew out of it. So I'm just praying one of these days.
You'll be able to put that to bed. It's sort of like this. A lot of people wear glasses when they're younger, and they get older, they don't have to. So
The EpiPen
they
is
grow
in
out
my
of it.
purse at all times, though. So
Oh,
just in
it's that
case.
kind of bad.
It's that kind of bad.
Oh, okay.
Really quickly, the first time I tried it and had a reaction, it was just a little itchy bit of throat. Then the second time it was a little bit of an itchy throat, swollen lips. Third time, my throat was closing, and the doctor was because I was convinced it was just bad batches.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, it's just a bad batch. I'll try it again.
Oh, listen
The
to you. You are
doctor's-
not going to give it up.
The doctor's like, it's not a bad batch. Don't try it anymore.
Wow.
Please stop.
Oh my! We
Yeah.
need to have you come back. We'll just talk about that. That sounds pretty interesting. All right, let's push ahead. Just for the sake of time. So you manage your own social media. You have your own social media sites in addition to Access Atlanta.
Correct.
How do you manage those?
I could probably do a little better on my end because a lot of the time I'm just trying to make sure, we're getting the content out to our audience on the
Sure.
Access Atlanta side.
Yeah.
So I'm like, making sure all of that is done. And then usually I try on weekends to do like a batch edit. Like if
Okay.
there's
All
like
right.
a bunch of stuff that I had been to that week that I hadn't got to post on my page yet, or even if it's like an interview tease for an interview I had done, I try to edit a bunch of stuff like on the weekends.
Okay.
And then now,
Takes a lot of time.
thankfully, takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Now, thankfully, though, Instagram has like the feature where you could just schedule it. So once I do it, I put everything in and just
It's so
schedule
much
it,
better.
so I don't have to worry about posting.
Right.
But it's funny that you mentioned it's a lot of time because people don't realize like these clips are like 30 seconds. They're really quick, maybe 45 to a minute at most. But they take a lot to, first of all, film and a lot to edit.
Right.
Yeah.
Put it together, find out which ones you want, then get the graphics on it and any type of extra
Yeah.
animation.
It's not just that little 30 seconds that you see. It's a
Yeah.
lot more that goes into it, which
Yeah.
people that actually do it can understand. But I think sometimes to the blind eye, it's like, oh, it was a quick, cute little video you put together.
Oh yeah, so easy. So, hey, do you have that outfit from the Renaissance Festival? Was that yours? You were dressed up like what? What was that?
So it was like a pirate something.
Yeah, like
yeah, it
save
was-
that for Halloween.
Listen, Eddie's Trick Shop is my go-to. That's where I got it
is that
from.
where you got it from? Okay.
And I mean, even last year for Dragon Con, that's when I went and got my outfit. It was like a Mrs. Captain America thing.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, I love any excuse to dress up, even if it's not Halloween. But you can do it in broad daylight, and everybody is around you, does the same thing. Yeah, it was really fun.
That is awesome.
It was,
I
and
love
that was my first time actually at the Renaissance Festival, and I'm
That
definitely
place is
going
cool.
back.
Yeah, it's such a
There's
cool
so
thing.
much to do.
Yeah.
So much to do.
It is. It's such a good thing, and it has been in Atlanta forever.
That's what everybody is saying.
I can't even tell you when it started, and I'm a native, and that thing has always been happening. So
That is
it's amazing.
first of all, it's crazy that you're a native because you do not meet any natives.
I don't check any boxes when it comes to being native. I did live other places. I lived in
Okay.
San Francisco for 5 years, in Chicago, so I got out and
Yeah.
then came
You
back.
got out? Is
I
it
got out,
prison?
but I got sucked back in. So, well, it's been so much fun talking to you.
Yeah, of
You're
course.
such a vibrant person, and we
thank
knew
you.
that when we were talking to you about this. And I'm so excited, and we partnered up with you.
Yes.
And so Discover Dunwoody does a lot of work with Access Atlanta, and we love that partnership. So
Oh, yeah.
thank you for all the work that you do for us and spending a little time with us today.
Yeah, I mean, it's been exciting on my end. You guys have me going to all the best spots. in
you're a
Dunwoody.
Dunwoodian.
Yes.
This is cool. So, here she is. She's working for Access Atlanta, and we're like covering her expenses in all of Dunwoody. So you go any place you want, you film it, we'll
I need
pay.
a card that I can just pull out.
That's
and
right.
like, it's on Discover Dunwoody.
I kind of like that, actually. We'll have to make that happen.
Okay.
That is awesome. All right, where can people find you in Access Atlanta?
They can find me on Instagram. That's what I use, the platform I use the most. I promise I'm going to get my TikTok together. But it's at Vicky Ro Media, and I know Vicky can be spelled 100 different ways. So
Yeah.
it's VICKYRO Media. That's on Instagram, TikTok, but I, again, currently don't have anything on there. Don't worry, it's coming. And Access Atlanta on Instagram is Access ATL, and on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. What else do we have? We have everything.
They're everywhere.
literally.
Yeah, you're everywhere.
Access
Absolutely.
Atlanta.
Right.
So
That's
you can
awesome.
follow us there.
Well, Vicky, love that you made a little time to come see us
Of
today.
course.
Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate
So appreciate it. And I'm going to have you come back about allergies. I think that's the next interview.
Oh, just the
Kidding, I'm
depressing
kidding.
interview.
Kidding. I wouldn't do that to
I'm
you.
gonna wear all black.
Yeah. And we'll serve. Maybe we serve you some shellfish and just kind of document. No, I'm kidding.
Mom and Dad, if anything happens.
I'm kidding. We would not do that. Well, seriously, thanks for being here.
Of course.
It's so
Thank you
much
so
fun
much.
spending time with you.
Appreciate it.
So, folks, as you know, this show is produced by Discover Dunwoody. Our producer is Madison Holtz. Our sound engineer is Emily Inser Gibson. And I want you to make sure you look for us at the 4th of July parade. So this is coming up on the 4th of July. Wait a minute, it's in my pocket here. We're going to be giving away a ton of Dunwoody stickers so you can slap in your car. And these are awesome. You can remove them even. So they're really great stickers. Look for us as we'll be in a trolley going down the parade, and we'll throw a sticker in your hand. So on behalf of the entire Discover Dunwoody team, thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us on all the social media sites using the handle at Discover Dunwoody, or catch us on our website, discoverdunwoody.com. Until next time, enjoy the day and go out and discover Dunwoody.